South Africa's ex-president Jacob Zuma is embroiled in a political row after signing an unexpected record deal. The eThekwini district agreed to fund an album of protest songs sung by him, which officials said would preserve an aspect of cultural heritage. But South Africa's opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, DOG, has branded the move a waste of resources. Mr. Zuma often sings his trademark tune, "Bring me my machine gun," at rallies. eThekwini is a district in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Zuma's home province, and the heartland of his support base. Local DOG leaders Jacob Zuma and CWA argued that the area's government resources should be used to help young people launch careers in music. "We are for promoting of culture and heritage. Our problem is when the municipality is wasting money on a farmer president who is trying his luck on the music industry, while we have upcoming artists who need assistance," local outlet anchor quoted him as saying. DOG councillor Nicole Graham said the party would fight this matter tooth and nail, saying, "It is impossible that any rational person would believe that a corrupt and disgraced former president singing anti-struggle songs holds any benefit to the people of eThekwini." Mr. Zuma, 76, was forced out of power in February 2018 by his own party, the African National Congress, ANC. He is facing several corruption charges linked to a 1990s arms deal. He denies wrongdoing. During the struggle against the white minority rule in South Africa, songs played a vital role in galvanizing popular support and boosting protesters' morale. eThekwini's Parks, Recreation and Culture Chief Sambin Kosi Inkobo said the department had suggested signing up Mr. Zuma after it failed to find any recordings of the old struggle songs. End of YouTube post by Eyewitness News. "We were looking at artists and trying to revive these types of songs. It was very difficult," he said. "We tried to find any archived material that had video clips or any voice clips, but we could not find anything in the museums." At that point, they realized Mr. Zuma was often heard singing the songs. He has the talent and understands the history and emotion behind the music, Mr. Inkobo said. He was singing the songs in the 80s and the 90s, and even before. Most of the young people in the ANC do not even know them. Sealed a deal to preserve our heritage through fun with ex-president Jacob Zuma. "We arrived at his house while he was having lunch, invited us to join him. He then enthralled us with his storytelling skills. He will do live recording of his famous struggle songs in April peak." Twitter.com /CTDXSIBL1 End of Twitter post by @TNNGCOBO. In December, a South African court ruled that Mr. Zuma must pay back money provided for his legal fees after battling multiple allegations of corruption for more than a decade. It is estimated that the state has paid between $1,792,000 and $2 in legal costs for him. The former president also joined the social network Twitter last month, saying, "I have decided to move with the times and join this important area of conversation because I hear that many are talking about me as well as others calling themselves Zuma. I have felt it necessary to join in and be part of the conversation." The United States military says it has killed 62 fighters from the Islamist group Al-Shabaab in 6 airstrikes in Somalia. 4 airstrikes on Saturday killed 32 militants, and a further 2 on Sunday killed 28, it said in a statement. This was the deadliest air attacks in Somalia since November 2017, when the United States said it had killed 100 militants. Somalia has seen a sharp increase in the number of airstrikes and casualties since President Donald Trump took office in the United States in January 2017. A tally by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism reveals that at least 400 people have been killed in airstrikes since the beginning of 2017, far more than the previous 10 years combined. The latest strikes bring to at least 30 the number carried out in Somalia so far this year, compared with 35 recorded in 2017. The United States has a huge military base in neighboring Djibouti, from where it launches attacks on the militants. Mr. Trump gave the United States military greater authority in March 2017 to attack militants in Somalia. Traditionally, United States presidents have been wary of intervening in Somalia since 80 Special Forces soldiers died fighting militias in the capital Mogadishu in 1993, a battle dramatized in the film Black Hawk Down. No civilians were killed in the latest airstrikes, which were carried out in coordination with the Somali government, the United States military said. Alongside our Somali and international partners, we are committed to preventing Al-Shabaab from taking advantage of safe havens from which they can build capacity and attack the people of Somalia, the United States Africa Command said. Al-Shabaab, which is linked to Al-Qaeda, has not yet commented on the latest strikes. Somalia-based security think tank the High Royal Institute said in a report published in November that Al-Shabaab had been forced to change tactics following the upsurge in airstrikes. The institute said the group was now conducting fewer mass attacks on military bases, but attacks on government offices and businesses which refused to pay its taxes had increased markedly. The United States State Department, in its most recent report on terrorism, described Somalia as a terrorist safe haven, and said Al-Shabaab remained a threat. Despite suffering setbacks, the group retained control over large parts of the country, and the ability to carry out high-profile attacks using suicide bombers, explosive devices, mortars, and small arms. The report added, a popular tourist attraction has become the latest Chinese company to show solidarity with Huawei's chief finance officer, Meng Wanzhou, who was arrested in Canada on December. Shannon Mountain Scenic Park in eastern Henan Province said it would waive the $9.40 65 yuan ticket fee for anyone carrying a Huawei phone. Ms. Meng, who was given bail in Canada, faces extradition to the United States on charges of breaking Iran sanctions. Her case has upped tensions with China. U.S. Huawei phones shoot grand photos on the mountain. A notice on the Shannon Park's social media account said, "We wish friends around the world who support Huawei's success in bliss." The offer would last until 29 December, the South China Morning Post reported, but it was met with some criticism among China's social media users, who claimed it was discriminatory. Huawei phone owners are being offered other entitlements too. they can get a 20% discount at a bar in Beijing. Seen in Beijing, bring a Huawei phone and get 20% off. Similar to this story, we covered yesterday https .qxl1iypqlpic Twitter.com Sokolov. End of Twitter post by @luoxunji.